Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and as you can see, we are outside. I got the good camera rolling finally. Sorry, it's been a while, but I've got a bunch of toys out because lumber is coming. This truck is on its way right now. I just got the phone call from the lumber yard, so it is time to start the rebuild. As you can see, I've cleaned the pad off. I've taken out all the forms from the makeshift fix for the corners. And you can see they're all reinforced and they go down about a foot on each one. So each one of the corners is about a foot into the ground with solid concrete and rebar. So those are all set to go. Oop, turn you around here. But yep. Hey, found another one of these stakes. Sweet. Use that later. But we are all set. I've got everything I need, I think, to frame all the walls, all the doors, to make trusses. Yeah. So we're going to start with the trusses. I'm going to have the GoPro going on time lapse. Hopefully that's not too much of a debacle to figure out. This guy will be for when I'm doing yakety talky stuff or explaining what I'm doing, because I honestly have no clue. This is completely self-taught shit. So for you Bob the Builders out there and you guys that do this professionally, this is not for you. This is for me being a Cro-Magnon with a rock and a hammer, and I make things happen. So got my little sight saw. I've got a 10-inch compound miter saw. I've got my hand tools. I got the air compressor, pneumatic nailer, pneumatic roofing gun, makeshift tables. I've got 2 sawhorses. I may get 2 more depending upon how things go. But since the lumber's on its way, I just wanted to bring you all in, let you know we're about to get started. And time lapse will start once the building process begins. Maybe I'll record the unloading on time lapse and get it, because I'm going to stage it all right here, because I have this nice big clean open spot in front of the shop to use. Of course, I'm going to have my adult supervision out here the entire time, so GOAT OSHA standards will be upheld. So that's it. We're gonna run power. I'm already charging batteries because I had to take the forms out from the concrete and clean up some other stuff. Oh, I gotta put those form stakes away. Yep, I'm ADHD squirrel moment here because I'm excited. So we're about to get started. It's gonna take me a while to build all this by myself, and I know that. I've got no delusions. I'm gonna make mistakes and I'm gonna have to run to the lumber yard again. I have no delusions. I am not a contractor. I've never claimed to be. I don't play one on TV, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So let's see what kind of damage we can cause. Here we go. We're back. I have a small lumber yard. This is supposedly everything I will need to build all 4 walls, the center wall, all of the trussing, and to sheathe the first layer of the roof with OSB. Supposedly, we'll see. I am not delusional. I have a feeling I know I'm going to have to go back to the lumber yard one time or two or 8, because this is not my forte. I'm not a contractor. I'm not Bob the Builder. Like I said before, this is all best guess estimations for me based off of what I've been able to find. Literature-wise, there you go. I have words. I am going 16 on center, and the trusses will be 24 on center. I did buy a cheater device to help me make sure I'm 16 on center and 24 on center. So don't knock me for that. I don't use a tape measure often enough to be able to knock all that out without the aid of something helping me. So yeah, I'm going to go through. I've already counted all my lumber, make sure it's all here. It is, but there's 10 footers mixed in with the 20 footers over here. So I'm going to get the 10 footers off and make your own pile, so I'm not guessing where I put what. So I will run a time lapse when I actually start building. And yeah, it's overwhelming now that I have everything here, but we're going to get after it. We're going to start with the trusses, and then once the trusses are built, we'll move them off the pad so they're out of the way, and then we'll start building the actual framing for everything and go from there. Let's do it. As you can see, there's been lots of progress. I've got, like I said, I got the trusses all sorted, so I know my pattern, my dimensions, my templates. I've got templates for everything. I did get all of the gussets for the end. These will go one on each side on the ends, get nailed down with some construction adhesive. So that's how the gussets are going to work. I have templates for everything else for this joint here, the top joint, and then this guy here. So I've got to make 16 trusses together, one gable end for each end, so 2 gables, and then 14 regular trusses for a 30-foot span, 24 on center. These trusses are going to probably be more than I need, but according to my best guess, this is going to work without any issue. But I'm excited. I got a lot more progress done than I expected today. I expected just to figure out the truss and be done with it, and not have time to do anything else. But I'm working with, limited tools. I got my job site table saw. I've got a 10-inch miter saw in there and an air compressor, nail gun, and whatnot to do it once I start getting here, and manual caulking gun to caulk everything with the construction adhesive. But yeah, I'm ecstatic. I have made a lot of progress today. Tomorrow after work will be more progress. I'll probably just get the gable templates done to where this weekend I can actually start making trusses. I'm sorry, the gussets. I will make the rest of the gussets throughout the week. And this weekend, hopefully I'll be able to put together all the trusses and have them set off to the side to where we can start framing the building and then throw the trusses up once the framing's done. So, but yeah, I'm super pumped. Sorry, my voice is a little gone because I've been inhaling sawdust all day and yelling at the dog. But yeah, I'm excited. All right, time for a shower. I'm gonna put all my toys away. Good afternoon. It is day 2, Wednesday. It's 10 minutes to 5. I just got home. I am exhausted. Had a lovely time at the DMV, but I still need to get out here and get some work done. Unfortunately, nobody else is going to do it for me, so here we are. Even a little bit of work, it's progress. The goats are all screaming because I'm the first one home and I don't give treats, so they're all mad. They'll be over in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna put my earbuds in, I won't be able to hear them anyway. So, pitter patter, get at her, let's go. Well, today has been productive. It is now 6:45. I have got all of my gussets cut. So I've got the corner for both ends all cut. This brace here in the middle, those are all cut. The single up right there, those are all cut. And then the top portion, those are all cut. So tomorrow I can actually start cutting lumber to the actual size needed to start building trusses. So hopefully this weekend I will actually start putting trusses together. But I think I'm going to focus on just getting everything cut, ready to go. Because I know these 14 that go in the inside will be easy. And then the gable ends will require uprights for siding, so that's a little different. These are ready to rock and roll, but I'm smoked. I got to get up at 4 in the morning tomorrow to go to work. So this is pretty damn good progress for me today. I will take it. So, on to the next. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, 4:30 in the afternoon. Just getting home. Had to go get a haircut. Had to get my beard trimmed because I'm tired of hearing management complain about how out of control it was getting. So now it's controlled. Today is the start of cutting lumber for the trusses. Now that I've figured out all of my dimensions, angles, and lengths and widths and all that crap. So I'm going to start the GoPro for the time lapse, start grabbing lumber, start tracing patterns, start cutting away. And that way I've got 14 center trusses and I'm going to make 2 gable ends. But yeah, let's pitter patter, get at her. right, so today it is now 6 o'clock. It's been 2 hours. All the bottom portions of the truss is done. All the right side top, those are all done. So tomorrow I can get all the left side ones done, and then I can start working on the internals for the 14 that go on the inside. And then there's 2 gable ends, so I'll deal with those as well. But we're making progress. I just only have limited time during the week because I still have to function at work. So I do need to attempt to get some sleep and do all the normal people things. Otherwise, I'll be out here all night long with the spotlight working on this trash. So progress has been made. I'm not mad at it. Again, it's just me. So every cut board, every layout pattern thing that I do is one step closer to completion. So, all right, let me clean up my mess because we got to do chores still. Feed all the animules, feed the Mon child inside. And yeah, let's go. Good afternoon. It is Friday, 3 o'clock. Done all my chores, ran all my errands, did all my things. So we are going to be going straight to work now. Yesterday I left off. I've got 2 portions of the trusses ready to rock and roll. We're going to work on the top left-hand truss portion now. And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes that goes on the inside. If we're lucky tonight, we'll maybe finish the 15 I need for the left side and maybe 1 full set of innards. But yeah, we'll just keep plugging along until we run out of time. New puppy came last night. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, so I'm going to be going slow and making sure I'm paying attention to what the heck I'm doing so I don't hurt myself doing something dumb. Yeah, I'm tired, but work needs to be done, so we're going to do it anyway. Let's go. It is 5:30. I'm cooked. The heat, the lack of sleep, I don't want to make any mistakes playing with power tools, so I'm packing it in for the night. But I've got all of the main triangles cut for all 16 trusses. I have all of the guts cut for the 14 internal trusses, so those are ready for assembly. Tomorrow morning after breakfast, I can come out and do all the gable end studs. I've already, oh my gosh, laid it out. There we go. So it's ready to go. But like I said, I'm doing stupid stuff. So turn the power off, packing the tools in and calling it a night. Running on 4 hours of sleep, getting up at 4 in the morning. It ain't worth losing a finger or a foot or a toe or anything, any appendage. So gonna go ahead and go inside, get some food, put my feet up, and then save my energy for chores tonight. And then we'll get at it bright and early tomorrow and see what kind of damage we can cause then. Okay, see you then. Well, happy Saturday. It's 3:45 in the afternoon. I decided to take everybody's advice and just take the morning off, basically, because I've been running ragged lately. I have a new wind muff on the microphone. It's that condenser mic, so I'm hoping that this is a little bit better. We'll see. If not, after I do the footage, I'll go back to the wireless microphone. But today, I want to work on getting the studs done for the gable ends, and then if time permits, I'm going to actually put the gable ends together. So I did 5 loads of laundry today, did the dishes twice. I got my chicken marinating for meal prep for tomorrow, so I didn't just sit on my butt. I did play some video games though, so that's nice. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start this, see what kind of damage we can cause today, see what kind of progress we can make. Let's go. It's 6 o'clock. Well, 5:30. By the time I put all my toys away and get everything cleaned up, it'll be 6. But we've got our gable ends all cut and ready to go. I cannot put them together just yet because I do not have enough things that I need. I only bought 10 of these guys because I didn't know how many I was going to need. Now I know I need 50 of them to do the gable ends on the outside, so my sheeting can go on flat. On the inside I can use the ones that I made. That's no big deal, they'll work just fine. I got to play with my nailer to make sure the nails I bought work, and they'll be flush, and they go through 3/4 inch to 2x4, and I know they'll go through this to go to a half inch to go through a 2x4, so that's good. So that's all done and played with. I am not done with, or I'm not mad at my progress. I'm going to take tomorrow off to put this video together for the week, do my meal prep for the week and get prepared for the week, because the lumber yard's not open on Sunday. I can't run over there and get what I need to make this happen, so that's okay. It's a divine intervention, so I'm not out here killing myself. But maybe this week we'll do 2 trusses a day assembly wise, and then go from there. Maybe even more, depending upon how froggy we get with, you know, doing it and getting the flow and all that stuff. So here we are. We're ready to rock and roll. Do some actual assembly on Monday, then take these off the pad, start building walls. All right, I hope everybody has a great rest of your night. I am going to go in, remove all of this footage from the cards, put it on the computer, and start scrambling it together, labeling it by day, find some duty-free music so I don't get hit for copyright to go over the time-lapse stuff, and I'm gonna go pick up my toys. All right, let's do that.